So you always know that you're over the target when you can't talk about something like the truth of who Charlie Kirk was, and how they're all just operatives. But it I don't even think it's that anymore. I think it's that I think everyone from the government, regardless of side, would suppress me because I don't hear anybody saying what I'm saying. And you may think, well, that's because you're crazy. No, I've said from the beginning, though, doing videos, I said I look at everything through the biblical lens. So when I say biblical lens, I try to look at everything through God's eyes, not just through his eyes. I pray to him about it. Even if there's something I may not like, I'm more than willing to go with God on it if it's his will. And what seems to have been lost, and you will hear everybody make arguments that well, Exodus ended and then the people became independent and God raised up kings, and God never wanted to raise up kings. So clearly the people still weren't getting it. They still needed to be fully dependent on God. That's the reason it's taken so long. That is what God is trying to get the people to do, is come back into union with me. I need you to temporarily surrender your free will to me. Stop glorifying yourselves and all of your independence and your virtuousness and your righteousness, and be dependent on me. What does this world teach you? That's laziness. Oh, well, that's what the beast would want you to say. That's what the beast would say. And they'll make all these excuses. But I believe more than they do. I believe in God's kingdom. All these people from Israel to America to their governments to most of the people, whether Christian, Jewish, just believe, no, man makes the kingdom for God. But God made it before you even were created, so it's sort of a slap in God's face. But you want to say you're the caretakers. He made you the caretakers in his kingdom. Now, the argument with the Christians is, well, Jesus overcame the world. Yeah, but man didn't. Man decided to continue to exercise their free will and follow Paul rather than Jesus. Paul was the oppression of women. So was the Roman Empire, of course. But in the New Testament, it was Paul. Every church, is Paul. Paul this, Paul that. Paul said this, Paul said this. Paul brought Christianity to us. No, Jesus did. And everybody will say, no, Jesus just went to the Jews. Oh, stop. Stop. The Holy Spirit spread. Do you think the Holy Spirit was just going to spread to Jewish people? No. No. When Jesus was walking the earth, he was taking it to the Jews. But once sacrificed and resurrected, his Holy Spirit, regardless of any churches, was just spreading like wildfire into whoever was going to receive it. It's not like Apostle John was biased. But yet the churches will make you think, well, no, without Paul, we would have never. Oh, no, that's not true. If you are going to continue to follow the religion of Paul, then you will continue to serve a divided kingdom. You will, a house divided cannot stand. So how can you stand in Jesus's house and the government's? They would say, well, no, this is what we, no, it's very simple. Because God is not a complicated God. The government is complicated, on the other hand, okay? They have to complicate everything, just like the church does. But God, the biblical God, the creator of all this, he is not a complicated God, not at all. Again, Jesus was the example of future proofs past. He proved that he was an Israelite walking through Exodus. What was he trying to show all the people is, just because that went on in Exodus, I still all need you to do this. I need you all to do this. I want to lead you out of the fallen world. We had to start there. We had to start with little piecemeals. Here's your little promised land in the fallen world. I'm raising you, I'm molding you, and then you always go astray, and then you lose faith in me, and then you want a king, and then you want your governments, and you want your constitutions and your liberties, and then when they start disappearing, you either want to blame me, or then you turn back to me and you pray to have it back while you still keep one foot in the government system. It's the truth. A divided house cannot stand. You either stand in the house of God or you stand in the house of this world.